usually doesn't get to that bit. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video. Oh, my goodness. The damage is real. So, last episode, we saw some interesting enemies up there. I appreciate I may have freaked people out more than like it actually deserved to be freaked out. These things are very dangerous, though. I did, in editing when I was watching, I realized my voice like peaked like mad, and I couldn't like get it to go down without sounding really weird, so I just threw that warning in there, and I think that anticipation was probably a bad move to throw on everyone. But yeah, I really don't like these things. It's not about the design of the enemies so much as it's the fact that when I very first played, I was specifically running around one of these little pillars, and it appeared right in front of me. That was the first one I ever saw. It wasn't down a long hallway. It wasn't. It was just horrible. What we're gonna do as well here is we're gonna swap the crystal amulet, which makes us immune to all these condis and stuff, over to Loto Pafo, because Loto Pafo can do so much more damage with backstabs and stuff, and that's the primary way we're gonna be dealing with these enemies, making them mincemeat. So that's fine. I think we're okay with like health potions and stuff for now too. Also, I'm actually gonna stealth before we head up, and let's do it. So. Today our goal is to just progress further up the castle. We never made as much progress up the castle as I thought we could have last episode. Gotta be quick with this, gotta be quick with this. Oh my god, fizzle. Alright, that's fine. I actually have no idea how many of these things spawn. There we go. And another one. Nice. I have no idea how many of these spawn each time you try and like reveal one of these glyphs. But that should be okay. We've actually managed to do 2 so far. And something that's really interesting as well that happened a lot in the first game and the devs, I guess, hadn't thought about. I'm not sure because it was kind of one of those cheesy things. Was in the first game there were loads of doors in dungeons, and you could always just close doors if there are enemies, and the game was just generally a lot harder, so you could use this technique often to seal yourselves away. Now we've done it a tiny bit in Grimrock 2, but it was such a staple of the first game. This is actually a place where it could be really, really helpful. Somebody dropped this tip in the comments, and I think it's a great thing to consider because we're gonna need some more energy potions here. Let's stealth now. And then make these. It's a great thing to consider because these guys cannot open doors, and so once you've like got one of the glyphs, you can just seal them in and you'll be fine. There you go. Look, he turned around as soon as we stealth. Okay, and then he should use his poison attack, which we can totally avoid, and then we can fire an arrow at him. This will probably be the last episode Tikrit is using this stuff here. There we go. Because off screen, I'm going to go grind and level him up, and he is going to change to be a firearms wielder very, very soon. So yeah, this bow. If anything, we should just go back on the original bow, I think, maybe, but this one does have a slight damage boost, so whatever. Thing is, you can't use the special ability, and it's kind of weird not having an opportunity to use my mana or my energy on one of my ranged guys, but whatever. So here we go. Loto Pafo hit level 14. In theory, he might get one more level, I don't know. But the last thing he's going to buy is Dodge 3, which will reduce his cooldown by 10% for everything. And I think overall, this is actually, Loto Pafo has the most, like, solid build, like the most, you know, typical. Like if you look at it, every line he's gone into, he's gone deep enough to get a perk. He's gone 2 into accuracy, got a perk. He's gone 3 into dodge, got a perk, and then he's maxed out 2 other lines. Like this is actually really, really strong, right? You got a very standard looking setup here. Some of the other people were a bit sort of all over the place, it seems like. Jonker here, sorry, with the one in light weapons that doesn't necessarily reflect anything. Sanin with the one in a couple of these. Tikrit down here, obviously going for 2 different weapons he can't be using at once. So yeah, Loto Pafo, I think, actually, I'm pretty proud of the way that his stat screens works, and that may be it for him. I don't know. Again, it depends on the grind. Okay, so this is the last one here, and I'm probably going to stealth before we go for it, and here we go. So we're going to start moving around. Don't let tired feet stop us. There's the first click, and there's the second click. Okay. And now here's the sign. It says 2V. So we're going to come here and we're going to say 2V. There we go. Awesome. All right. And so with that information, if we can get back to the entrance now and close the doors. The thing is, we're on the other side of the library right now. There were so many more of these things. There's one. There's one. There we go. Okay, nice. Oh my god, nice. Wow, that makes them look so weak. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's fine. All right, and then what we'll do here I don't like the idea of loads of them being around, but what we'll do is we'll close these 2 doors, and now we're okay. Unless one is obviously... Oh my god, one is in here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. He's not going to see us. I guess Loto just got a bunch of crits there on his backstabs that he usually wouldn't have. Oh god, why did I try and use that? Okay. We're actually doing really well with the old dancing and stuff here at the moment. Sorry, Jonker. Sorry about the poison, bro. There we go. Nice. Cool. Man, that was actually really satisfying to kill that thing. Okay, cool. So we've got this information. And using this, we can actually get through now. So, what did we find out? We found this said 3-3, this said 1-2, and this said 2-5. So, what you can actually read this as is 1-2, 2-5, 3-3. So, what if we make what this is trying to tell us, okay, if I can be as basic about this as possible, is we first want to make the door click with 2 clicks, then we want to make the door click with 5 clicks, then we want to make it click with 3 clicks, okay? So here's the way that it's going to work. We need to find a configuration that makes it click twice. And that's not it right there. So, and I did this the other day. I would have forgotten, but it's okay. The magic of editing can make this seem much smarter. What's this one? So that's 5. So we want to remember that. That's 3-5. Oh no, it's 3-3. So 5 is the second one. So this will be the second one we do. So it's 2 down on the left, 1 up on the right. So that's fine. Let's try this one. Ah, so that's 3. So that's the last one. So we need. So then, what about this one here? Ah, so there you go. So we got 1, 2. Oh wait, hold on. That's 5. For God's sake. Wait, what? We need 2 first. So we need this second. And then that third, right? Okay, good. Right, yes. Okay, so what if we try... So that's going to be second. That's going to be third. What about... What about that one? Was that 6? That was 6, I think. We just need 2 clicks first. So... Oh, what if we just go like that? That's 4. That's 1. There we go. So that's 2. So we found 2. Okay, so that was 2. So 2 is those up and the one in the middle down. And so now we want to get... So we've made it click twice. Now we want to make it click 5 times, which was that, I believe. Oh no, that's just 1. God damn it. Okay, hold on, try it again. So we go back here, and we're going to make it click twice. Okay, so 2. And then we're going to go... Was it this one? That was 4, so that wasn't it. So we're going to go back and make it click twice again. Okay, good. And then, what was it? Was it the complete reverse, like that? There you go, that's 5. And then 3 was that one down and that one up. There you go, awesome. And we managed to get through, and that's the way that the library puzzle works. I always thought that this place would be really interesting if there were secret buttons. Like, this is the perfect place for secret buttons on the walls where, like, one book is a different color on the tile or somehow. And then you'd have to click it and slide the book out. Come on! But that doesn't actually exist as far as I can tell in the game, and it's such a shame. Because, yes, it would maybe be a bit frustrating to identify or find, but it'd be a great secret, just as a one-off, right? And, yeah, it's maybe a bit of a trope, but it's more of a cool, like, callback to just an awesome thing, right? Alright, so there you go, guys. We are now on the 3rd floor of the castle. Castle next to the bottom. Then we have the library, and only the Tomb of Rites we ever explored this high. Now we can come again to the Twisted Passage, and this is the very height of the pyramid we're at right now. The Twisted Passage. So, let's have a look around. We're in a big sort of dark room. Oh! In a big dark room. We're over there. Oh! Let's try it. No. Okay, so there's clearly a teleporter there. What about here? And there's clearly a teleporter there as well. What about here? Oh, well, there's not here. There's a crystal over there, which obviously we want to get to. But how do we get to the crystal? That's kind of weird. Oh, and another teleport. So basically, here's the way that the room works. We'll use this to light it up as it goes down there. We've got a big room, and it's filled with teleports. Now, there's 2 ways you can get through this. You can, by memory, try to remember where all of the teleporters are. And you could, in theory, even go, all right, there's one here, and then there's one here, and then there's one, not one there, but there is one there, and you could keep going like that. But that would be a bit ridiculous. You actually might remember when we very first entered this place, we got a note from the Island Master, and we also got a cursed compass. And it says the needle on this compass twitches nervously. Downstairs it didn't move at all. However, now, if we have a look, north is to our right, while the compass is constantly pointing left. Why? Well, as we move forward, now it starts twitching left and right. Why is it doing this? Well, if we try and move right, we find out there's another teleporter there, and so maybe it becomes clear to you guys. The cursed compass points to the teleporters, so it's showing us there's one here and there's one here. So where can we safely move? Well, forward. And now it's telling us there's one in front of us and one to the left of us. So we can move either this way or this way. Well, we've just been in that direction. So now it's telling us we can move in any direction. There are no teleporters except one to the right. So we can, hey, maybe step to the left if we wanted. And then here we're safe to move anywhere except to the left. Here we're safe to move anywhere except to the right. So that's not really going to be helpful to us. So here we'll move back down. Now we can move this way. And this is just kind of the way that this puzzle works. So now there's one in front of us, so we want to go this way. You just kind of use it to help yourself worm around the teleporters. And you can get really bogged down focusing on what the compass is showing you and stuff. But really, I mean, all we did there was we maneuvered around a teleporter here. And the second you realize that, you know logically where the safe path is. But yeah, like, this is kind of the way it works. And you can use your own intuition to make the puzzle a bit easier. But this is pretty fun to me. It would be kind of crazy as well, in my opinion, if, again, we want to go this way now. I don't want to mess this up just because I'm doing commentary. We're safe to go forward. It'd be pretty crazy to me if there was, like, a secret teleporter somewhere here. Or, oh, maybe there is a secret button on one of these walls. Oh, my God, I never even considered that. There could be, couldn't there? Oh, well, maybe it's a bit late for that. I'll have a look off screen. I'm pretty sure we're okay, though. And so there we go. And then you manage to get through. So, and again, you just want to be a little bit careful. Are there any more? Are there any more? Doesn't look like it. We get a door over there. And then we get a branch here with a stairway that goes up. So let's check out the door. We, of course, did just see something a second ago. We saw a save crystal in this room. And here we go. So this is it. I'm going to map this whole place out nicely. We get a sack in there as well. I love these like little alcoves that let you look through. They could do some really ominous things, showing, like those monsters, like those snake monsters, they could have done some ominous things by showing you them before they move. Or maybe that would have given it away. I really think the main reason I got so uptight is because they just appeared out of nowhere, completely out of nowhere. And I thought that it was 100% programmed to do that. I guess I just got really unlucky on my first file. So I was expecting, as I was dancing around those pillars before, to be doing it directly into my doom. Anyway, so we got some food here. Just gave Ticrits and bread. Hit the save crystal. And awesome, that's actually the first crystal we've even found inside the castle. If it weren't for that crystal, we'd have to go all the way downstairs, all the way back out to this one down here, one of the earliest save crystals we ever saw in the game, the one near the entrance to the bog, if you guys aren't aware of exactly what I was pointing at there. So there we go. Now we can come upstairs. And again, that's another floor done, right? So that's kind of the way the castle is. I was expecting big sweeping floors, but actually, we're so far into the game now, I don't even know whether I've enjoyed that much. You know, if each floor of the castle was like another Desireen, yeah. And also, realistically, if you look at the size of the castle, it is a bit smaller than the rough size of one of these squares on the world map. So, you know, maybe this consistency is cool. I don't know. But yeah, okay, so we are now in the test chamber. Test chamber is a really weird name for a floor, and I've got to say, it put me into a bit of a negative disposition for the area, because, again, it's one of those things, it's like you get to the end of the game and the devs just start throwing random things together. They're totally doing that here, but I suppose it still works with the story. If this is the Island Master who sets up all these tricks and traps and so forth, maybe this was his test chamber, and perhaps that is the idea. This is a really cool room, though. We get, like, a light bridge up there, as you can see, that's moving around. It's sort of crawling its way through the sky, but we have no real way to get up there to it just yet. The way the verticality is used in this room is probably one of the most interesting rooms in all of Grimrock 2. You don't often get this kind of setup where you can fall from so high. There's so much going on. There's like stuff underneath you on the floor and all kinds of things. So what we're going to try and do is get through this pretty quickly. We see that we've got a barrier here stopping us from dropping down. We've got a ladder over here. which we can climb twice and will take us to a locked door, which we're going to want to get through at some point. Over here, you'll notice that there is some kind of a platform with a pickup on it, but we cannot get up there. That's a potion of dexterity, which Lotopatho would very much like, but we can't get up there. You can see some enemies over there, some fly eyes. Well, what's going on? We can also see under us, there seem to be some passageways, but we can't drop anything through these slats. There is one place, however, that you can, and that is over here. You see you've got this metal bar. We can drop an arrow down there, and you'll notice that there does seem to be... This is a pressure pad under us there, and it's a design of a pressure pad we haven't seen in the game yet. That is a pressure pad, and what we're going to want to do now that we've got some weight on it is you'll see that this barrier has actually been removed, so we can drop down and worm our way through. And what do you know? We get some of the crab guys. Once again, stealth is just so strong with the backstabs. Oh my god, he moved. Wow. You're smarter than you look, crab. Oh yeah, someone explained as well, the reason why sometimes you get backfired, you get hit a little bit back from the Meteor Storm spell, is when enemies lunge in on you, it treats it as though you are directly, like, next to them, and it's something that you would never really know was a mechanic until you had a spell like Meteor Storm, where there's all these constant bolts being hit. Anyway, so I'm going to reclaim my arrow here. It's not super important for us to get that back. That has sealed us in, but it's okay because there's another teleporter exit out of the bottom of this area. The main thing you'll notice is that there's a second pressure pad, which I'm going to use that same arrow on now, and we're going to climb back out. Now, by doing that, what do you know? We've opened that door I originally showed you guys up here at the top of the ladder. And we're going to come to a really cool puzzle now that hopefully I remember the configuration of it. Oh, and we get some fly eyes as well, of course. See, like these guys, I would guess, as they lunge in, if the Meteor Storm's still going on, while they've, like, got us, like, hooked in tight, it could be pretty bad. So, what have we got? We've got a face here. This is going to shoot a projectile out. We've got a button. Pressing the button creates a light bridge. The light bridge only appears for a little while, so if we run very... Well, you can already see what happened there. Basically, it does two things at once. It fires... Oh, God, there's a squid. Oh, my God, no blindness. Please. I hate this blindness effect. Well, I love the blindness effect. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? How did that even work? Oh, my God. Tick crit, come on. It's so important for you to level up too, dude. What? It treated it as if I was right next to the pillar the whole time and just killed himself. Oh, my God. Sannon, you killed Tick crit. And that was lame game mechanics. That was clunky. I'll see you guys in a second. We're going back to the save crystal. Okay, we're back. So it seems the most dangerous enemies were ourselves. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let me describe. The button does two things. It creates a bridge that will only appear for a short period of time. Now, if we're very quick, we can actually get across the bridge and obstruct the projectile there, stopping it from coming in this. So, what the projectile does is it turns off the bridge, okay? And so the goal is to keep the bridge here as long as possible. Now, at the far side of the bridge, though... Oh, Jesus, hello. Wow. That's kind of weird. That's actually so scary how that lined up so perfectly. I'm not even going to do the Meteor Storm here. I'm too scared. So we're just going to go back to good old drunk Stannon. There we go. Junk is paralyzed, but that's fine. I swear, paralysis would make most sense if it stopped you being able to move. But my god, it would be a horrible condition in that situation. I think maybe at one point it might have had that effect because it runs out so quickly. But then they realized, oh, this is too frustrating anyway. And then the short duration on it stayed. I don't know. Because otherwise, how is it different to petrification, you know? Sorry. I guess the idea is we're maybe carrying the guy. Anyway, look. This gate here is shut. We can't quite get to that light bridge we saw before. Why? Why? I don't even know what happens to my fingers sometimes. Oh, that's so stupid. Up we go again. I don't want to get this done before the end of the episode. That would be really, really good. The thing is, I might end up faffing around too long. The gate is shut. Well, here's the other thing. This projectile also opens the door. And so what we need is we need to be able to get across that light bridge onto that platform before the projectile hits that hole, and then in this way we can get through in time. But how do we do that? Well, we do that by redirecting the projectile through this room. Here we find another Venom Fang pick. I'm not actually going to collect this. We've seen this before in the series. I'm just going to drop that over there. And here we get some pellets. Now, so the way that this works is we've got this room here. And whenever you stand on one of these pressure pads, it creates a teleporter that will only interact with this projectile. And we need to find a way to route it through the room. So now if we press the button, it'll create the light bridge. The projectile won't go anywhere, so the light bridge will stay forevermore now, but it's just it'll hit that wall and it won't go, it won't move places. By simply putting an item on this pressure pad, it will redirect it to the left, okay, and send it in. And this is basically the configuration we saw before. But that's not good enough for us. We need to reroute it a bit differently. So instead, we need to find out through trial and error exactly where we should have weight on. Now, I'm sort of doing this through memory. By putting an arrow there, it will redirect it left, which is fine. Then I believe by putting an arrow here, it redirects it back down towards us, yeah, which is great. And so now we want to put an arrow there so that it comes across again. Yep, which is great. Then we want one in the middle here, which will redirect it back up towards there. That's fine, yep. And then we want an arrow, I guess, here, which will redirect it left, I believe. Yes. So now we have it set up in a configuration where it will redirect the bolts through to the door, but it will take a long time to get there. So here we go. We're going to press the button, and we're going to book it. We're going to run as fast as we can. We're going to take a right. It will disappear the floor, and there you go. We get the gate will open once again. And now we have this cool little puzzle. We're right at the end of the room. Well, it's not really a puzzle. Just a bit of platforming, I guess, where we want to cross this light bridge. If you just move forward, then you will be able to get this item that's been taunting you the entire time, Potion of Dex. And you can get back up pretty quickly. Don't be deceived. Even if you spent loads of time on that puzzle I was just on, you've got it set up now, so you can just easily press the button. And you'll be back there in a matter of seconds. Unless you royally mess up this run here somehow. So there we go. We'll try one more time. Wait for our thing to come along. And we're actually just going to walk along that now. Actually, what's with that ladder? I don't know. And you've got more time than you think. This like extends quite far back before you fall. What's with that ladder there? Where would that take us if I were to drop down onto that? There's a lever down there. Oh, interesting. That must be a secret. Ah, is this how the secret works? Here we find a lever at the end of the floor. We may get that next episode, guys. There's a tiny little bit more on the floor, as you can see. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going to try it anyway. Screw it. Even if it does mean the video is a little bit longer. Let's drop down. I'm actually blind with this because I never caught this before. But if we drop down here and pull this lever, what does it do? There's this here as well. I think we've already been in that other area. Does that lever just open up the way to the secret from above us? That was a little bit late there. That's a shame. Okay. Well, let's wait and see what happens if we come along here now. I think by pressing that lever, that door we were near just a second ago, or that slat, that thing we could see through, may have just lifted up. Or that lever does something completely different related to the previous puzzle that we'll have to deal with. Yeah, probably something unrelated to the previous puzzle, which we will look at next episode. Oh, our lights just went out. Let's head on up. I'll give you guys a glimpse of the next floor. We're now so high up. The test chamber was higher than the entire pyramid. We're now at a place called the Void. Why is it called the Void with the potatoes? Well, if you guys have a look, this place is really, really cool. We can climb this ladder here. And if we look into the sky... Oh my goodness. There's some spiders and some friends up there for us. Which I guess we'll deal with next episode. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.